Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. So I was thinking about the video that we had last night, and I decided to ask Spirit if we could do like a continuation of the video, the Transformation Tuesday video. I thought that was absolutely amazing. It wasn't very popular as far as the click through and people like being drawn to the title. But my theory is that the right people will watch, and I think Spirit agrees with me about that, because only 10% or a little more than 10% of us actually have a twin flame journey. It's a very small amount of the overall population of the earth. And so I don't expect the videos to be extremely popular. But I'll say this, it's not even about the twin flame journey. It's about the human experience, you know? And whether you're on a journey with another person or not, you're on a journey with another person. You know, twin flames are not that, they're not that special. It's really a very, very complicated dynamic, and a lot of times it never is meant to come together. It's meant for us to overcome the need for it to come together. And so a lot of times we get disillusioned and we get frustrated and we overlook beautiful, beautiful relationships in our lives because we are given many, many soulmates. I mean, you can meet somebody for a short period of time who's a soulmate. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people are just put in our lives for a period of time to teach us a lesson. And that's what we call a karmic relationship when we talk about twin flames. But karmic relationships are some of the most beautiful relationships you will ever have, because they do teach lessons. And as soon as I sit down here to do a video, that phone always rings. It's unbelievable. Alright, so last night in the video, if you're not familiar with it, it did indicate that there was a soulmate relationship. And so I did say that if that did come out, that I would address it from a healing perspective. So I wanted to ask Spirit this morning if we could to look a little deeper into that soulmate relationship. And what was really standing out to me the most last night is that we're paying too much attention to the relationship and not enough attention to ourselves. And it's affecting our financial security because we're not focusing. What we focus on is, and what we're intentional about, is really where our energy goes. And so if you're putting a lot of energy into something that's dead and dried up, you're missing putting energy into something that's alive and that's ready to flourish. Okay? I will say that with a lot of relationships across the board, it doesn't have to be a strong connection. It can be any connection. And all connections are vital and important, no matter who it is. Even the person that you interact with on the street who's a total stranger can sometimes be a pivotal point in our lives. So try not to put a twin flame up here on a pedestal and overlook all the in-between. You know what I'm saying? But this is you, this is that relationship. There's a lot in between, and maybe you should put you up here and that relationship down here. You know what I mean? Because it's not anymore. Maybe we should just put them as equal. But one of the things that I have noticed with this particular dynamic, and with across the board relationships in general, is we have a tendency to do what is called codependency. And codependency is when we put the needs and wishes and desires of another above ourselves. When we don't know our worth, and you can even know your worth and it's still hard. Take having a child, for instance, that has an addiction. Or even if they don't, maybe they're just a special needs child, you know, or you have 3 children and one of your children has special needs. And there's guilt Like, let's say you have guilt. You shouldn't, but you do. Maybe you feel like it was genetic because this child came out with some special needs. And so you'll pour all your energy into that one child. And you still have two other children over here. And you neglect these children and neglect yourself to make this child happy. And this child isn't asking for you to do that, but because you do, then they expect it. And when you don't do it, it becomes an argument. It becomes a letdown. It becomes a disappointment because they become accustomed to you doing this for them. If you have somebody in your life who is struggling in some way, or it could just be somebody in your life that you're connected to. I mean, it's not them, it's us. It's not them, it's us. Each of us has something inside of us that's broken that causes this codependency. It's this need for us to have somebody else to fix us. And so that's why these relationships get so sick so quickly, because we feel like this person is what we need to fix us. And you have that runner-chaser dynamic, and if somebody is running from you and you're chasing, the way that you can get them to stop the quickest is to overgive. And once you start overgiving, they become accustomed to it. And they might not do anything for you, but just to have that person in your life, because you have some idea in your mind that that person is supposed to be a part of your life, you will overgive to that person, whether it be money, whether it be sex, whether it be drugs, whether it be attention. Some people are addicted to attention. They call that an attention whore. Excuse my language. All right, so I don't know what message might come out or why Spirit is asking me to address this. But we all have a tendency to be codependent at some point in our life, to some degree in our life. And we have a responsibility as waking up to our spirituality and evolving and growing as human beings to address this kind of behavior and to begin to set healthy boundaries for ourselves. Because we are important. Our opinions are important. When I first got married to my husband that I'm separated from now, I was so codependent and he was so controlling. And when you have a codependent person who is a big pile of mush and doesn't know how to do anything for themselves, and then you have a controlling person, oh my God, it gets unhealthy. And if the person who is unable to take care of themselves wants to grow, and the controlling person is used to taking care of them, it's hard to break free from that. When we first got married, I was well capable of doing anything, but I somehow didn't feel like I had the right to my opinion. I didn't feel like I had the right to do things my way. Like, even to the point of he would tell me what spatula to use, what spoon to use, and because that's the way he had always done it, and that's the way he wanted it done, and he wasn't open to the idea of me doing things a different way. So he would tell me every way to do every little thing. And I was so sick and so beat down emotionally and mentally that I didn't know how to say, hey, back up. You're smothering me here. I know how to cook an egg. I've been cooking eggs since I was 5 years old without busting the yolk. Making an over easy egg without busting the yolk since I was 5 years old. And I have this man here telling me which spatula to use to cook an egg. I probably could outcook him on an egg all day long. But because my self-esteem was so low at that point in my life, I allowed him to tell me how to cook an egg. And then what ends up happening is you no longer know who you are and where you end and where they begin. You don't know how you even like your eggs cooked. You don't know how you like your coffee. You don't know what your favorite color is, because you begin to mesh into one big unhealthy mess. And it took me doing a lot of work to figure out how, I had to sit down and I had to write, and I had to ask myself, how do I like my eggs? Because I don't even know anymore. I've let other people, and you know how I like my eggs? However you like yours. If you like yours scrambled, I like mine scrambled. I never embraced the uniqueness of myself because I didn't know it was okay. And so when I began to do that, this relationship, because it's a dance, you dance. You do a dance. You know that codependent dance. You do that dance. But then when one person does a misstep because they're tired of doing the dance, then, it's Katie bar the door. Oh, hell no. You're going to do this dance because my life also depends on you doing this dance. It's a sick mess. And it took a lot. It took a lot of self-discovery and a lot of people that were patient with me and who showed love to me to let me know that I was worthy of having my own opinions and thoughts and beliefs. Because I believed whatever you believed. And there's always one person who's dominant and one who's submissive. And the dominant person insists on having it their way. And the submissive person, okay, anything to make you happy. They people please. It's easier to just people please than to have my own opinion. But can you imagine going through 20 years of your life and never having your opinion? You're going to rebel like hell when you finally grow a set and realize you have a backbone. Because essentially you're a pile of mush. You have no backbone. One of you has too much backbone and the other has none. And that's why you get meshed. And you attract this because it's what you are. We always attract what we are. And that's why I love my daughter. I love all my kids. I love them all. But my daughter Hannah is, I think, 21 now. And she's never really had a boyfriend. I mean, she's had friends that were boys and probably had boys she's talked to, I'm sure. But I don't think she's ever really had a steady boyfriend. And it's because she has such a strong moral compass. Like, kids her age want to party, they want to have sex, they want to experiment with drugs, they want to have fun. And she graduated from high school 2 years ago, and she started college, and she's graduating in a few days with her bachelor's degree after 2 years, because she got her first 2 years in high school while she was getting her high school diploma. And now she has a job as a teacher, and she's saving money to buy a house. She had enough money when she turned 16 to buy herself a brand new car. I'm sure my mom helped her a little, but she saved every penny she ever got from the time she was born. Any money that was ever given to her for anything at all, she saved it. And I think her dad, when he got his disability, they were all given like a lump sum. And she was able to save all of her money. My mom helping her allowed her to do that. She had opportunity on top of the things that she believed in. But this child is focused, and my point is that she can't probably find somebody because she has to find somebody who can match her energy. Men in this life are intimidated by a woman like that, who can handle their own, because most men at that age don't even know what they want to do, much less be ready to start thinking about buying a house. So until she can meet, and I'm glad that she has strong morals and she's not going to do the sex before marriage, and I'm glad she's like that. I wish she would have a little more fun, but I hope that God will provide her with a mate in life who is worthy of her and can match her energy. And I know that he will. And not only will he do it for her, he will do it for us. But that's what we have to look for, somebody who matches our energy and who matches our ambition and who matches our desires and who matches our goals and who is willing to allow us to have our own stuff and have their stuff and not get it mixed in together, because that becomes unhealthy. Each of us has to be a whole person. We can't come half-ass and then expect to be able to rebuild. You need to come to a certain degree healed towards the relationship. So that's why Transformation Tuesday was thought up, because a lot of us are wanting to be in relationships and we're still very wounded. Okay? All right, so I don't know what's going to come out today. I have no clue, but I'm going at it from the perspective of how can we heal. So if the relationship comes out again, I'm going to look at it from the aspect of how can we heal. What is it that's going on in this dynamic that we need to heal from so we can move forward? If God will help me. Holy Spirit, can you please lead, guide, and direct me? Can you connect and protect me with the collective so that we can use our spiritual gifts to connect with you and to get a message from you that will help us to evolve and to become better human beings so that our planet can be healed and we can all live together in unity, and we'll have a place for our children in the future that's not chaotic and dangerous. In Jesus' name, amen. Alright, so let's see what virtues the Holy Spirit is working on in our lives, Spirit. What virtues are you working on in the collective? Patience. And we know that we're working very hard towards Sagittarius right now. And gratitude. So Spirit just wants us to be patient and be grateful with stewardship. This is about working. This is about using your hands, your feet, and your heart. No, this is about managing what we've been given. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I said that. All right, so managing our money, collective, managing our resources, being patient and grateful and managing what we've been given. Whatever that is, okay? Okay, and Spirit told me to use blackjack. Spirit asked me to use the blackjack today. Spirit guides, can you help me to get a message? Angels, archangels, can you help me to get a message for the collective today? Thank you for your help. I know you're going to help me. The world keeps coming out, and there's the Emperor. Talk to me, baby. Talk to me, darling. Spirit guides, can you please help me? There's Cancer in the world. There's the Emperor again in the world. So I'm probably talking to a very mature masculine, a business owner type person. Somebody, it could be a father, it could be a grandfather, or you could have one that you're dealing with. All right, Holy Spirit, how are you working in the collective right now? Strength, Leo is in the house. Beautiful. So Spirit's helping us to be strong, to be powerful. All right, how are you not working? What's not working in our lives? Thank you so very much. The Hermit. Some of us are soul searching for too long. This has the feeling to me that we think about change. We know we need to change, and we dwell on the changes we need to make, but we never do much about it. But with strength here, depending on what comes up here, we might be about to make some progress. All right, how do we overcome these two? Thank you. Oh, Justice in reverse. So this would mean to me that there's going to be an injustice, something that's not, something that we perceive as being wrong. There is no right or wrong. There's only experiences. I mean, we put rules and regulations on things to keep things from being chaotic. But, you know, this is an injustice. Something is not right. Something that was not right happened. And you're probably thinking about it but not doing anything about it. And it's pissing you off, because this strength could mean if what's working is strength, this could be you roaring like a lion. You could be mad. And I think, in fact, you are defensive a little bit. You have very gifted hands, though. And let me show you why I say that. Look at all those hands. Those fingers are gifted. There's some gifted hands here. But it's like you're holding them over your face to defend yourself. And somebody's holding your hand. Do you see that? Alright. You have third eyes on your hand. Look at the eye on that hand. It's her eye. Or his eye, but I don't know why I said her. But it's coming through your hands. Your gifts are coming through your hands, collective. You have gifts in your hands, okay? Your hands are gifted. And you're soul searching about an injustice, something that was done wrong, and it's got you stuck in the future. Something has happened that you perceive as unjust, okay? All right. All right, we're going to use the Shaman's Dream again, and they are hard to interpret without reading the book, so I will probably have to read the book. Spirit, can you guide us? The Fates is here with opportunity. Can you talk to me about those? What is our weakness, Spirit? Tell me what our weakness is here. What is this injustice? Talk to me about this injustice. What is the injustice? What is our weakness? The injustice is our weakness because it's in reverse. And maybe we're right, but somehow we're having to defend ourselves about this injustice, it looks like to me. All right, Spirit, what is our weakness here? Show me our weakness. Thank you so very much. The power of community. Gathering around is our weakness. All right, show me our strength. I used to do these spreads a long time ago. Our strength is the root girl and the falling angel. Spiritual narcolepsy and the disowned self. That's our strength. That is actually a lot of weakness. And how do we pull this together? Even our strengths are weaknesses, it looks like. How do we make our weakness a strength? How do we turn this around? Wandering between realms and choices and their consequences. Ooh, okay. With Spirit of the River, movement toward adventure on the bottom of the deck. All right, so be patient, please. Patience is here with gratitude and stewardship. Be patient while I tell us what this means. And I have 8, 10 or 1, 10 or 1 again. So I have 8, 10, 10, 7, and 2. So I have 8, 20, 72. That might be your birthday. Or I have 82009, or 8209, or 8220. 09, 72, 8, 272 or 8/20/72 might be your birthday. All right, back to what I was doing. I'm just trying to give you some perspective here, so if this is actually for you, you'll know. The power of community, number 26. Sorry, I got a little bit, I don't know why God took me there. All right, gathering around. The power of community, being safe and secure and allowing help. And this is our weakness, okay? There are times when you need positive reinforcement from others. Perhaps your journey has made you tired just before reaching the proverbial finish line, where your friends await to cheer your arrival. Know this, you are not alone, regardless of whether you think you are. People gather around to help with the next step as you bring it forth from the cosmos into the beauty of life. There has never been another you before, and you have a unique relationship with your friends, family, communities, and all those who gather to help you in the unseen realms. Now is the time to allow assistance from others. Ask for it and trust that you will receive it. You are safe and secure right now in this moment, truly supported in your beautiful, amazing, complicated life. You are heard by angels, witnessed by the divine, and loved, yes, loved now and always by life itself. Whatever your query, you will find the help you need to achieve what you desire, and you will not have to do this alone. Count on it. So, right now, our weakness is the fact that we probably feel alone and like we don't have anybody to help us. Okay? And then we have root girl. This is our strength. This is what we have to strengthen us. The disowned self and the spiritual narcolepsy. Number 46. These are our strengths, okay? Root girl sits shivering, unclean, and naked at the base of the tree of the self. She is unloved, unwanted, and shunned for her deformities. She has no home, but is safe, burrowing underground to dwell near the deepest roots of this sacred tree. Who is she to you? Could this urchin be the one part of you that regenerated can lead to wholeness and true purpose? This is a part of you, the embodiment of a deeply flawed perception of your failures manifesting as guilt and shame. When you project envy onto others or any emotion or instinct that you've learned to repress or deem unnatural, it's this homeless child self crying for attention, acceptance, and love. You want to lash out, ignore it, push it aside, all the while refusing to acknowledge this ugly quality as belonging to you. But if you would only look into Root Girl's eyes and see the beauty and the unmet need, your unmet need, you would realize that this part of you asks for your compassion and understanding. This part of you was born when you were wounded and were conditioned to believe you're not whole, that your expression of self is somehow too much or too little. You may have even inherited this creature from your ancestors. However, it was this child's self came to be curled up at the roots of your sacred tree self, it's time to welcome her into your heart. When you do, everything you've been searching for becomes illuminated and your path lights up with renewed purpose. When you come to love Root Girl and claim her as your own, accepting her and your humanity, she is transformed just as you are. Then all manner of magic begins to arrive in abundant form. Look for the beauty. So what Spirit is saying is this part of yourself, this wounded, dried, withered part of yourself that you've been suppressing, is your strength. You remember I told you that God works better in our weaknesses? God will be strong. The universe, your ancestors, can be strong through you if you will embrace. The only way we can evolve, grow in our spiritual life is if we own our own shit. We have to accept those broken, wounded, hurt parts of ourselves. And we have to embrace that part of ourselves. We have to nurture that part of ourselves. We have to love that part of ourselves. And it's hard when you're beat down and you feel like you have no one to talk to. And that is essentially what we have here. Your weakness is that you don't feel like you have anyone, and your strength is that you're so wounded that you need someone. You need someone to love on you and to show you how beautiful you are. You don't see your value, and that's what I was talking about. You don't see your value, you don't see your worth, you don't think your opinions matter, you feel like they're either too much for people or not enough for people. And you don't realize that the right people are going to love the hell out of you because you have been giving your love to the wrong people. Because if you hadn't been, you would have this community. But these people that you gave your love to are not there for you because they were never meant to be your community at all. And now you feel withered, dry, and like you have no hope. Spirit says what's working is I'm going to make you strong. And you're thinking about it, or you're not. Maybe what's not working is that you're not soul searching. You're not digging deep inside of yourself, getting into those wounded places and embracing that part of you because you're terrified of what you're going to find. We get terrified of what we're going to find, and what we find is healing. But the devil don't want us to heal, honey. All right, number 19. Falling angel, spiritual narcolepsy. This is also your strength, okay? Falling unconscious and spiritual narcolepsy. You are being cautioned now to not fall asleep or go unconscious. You have been flying above the strife and suffering of the world in angelic bliss. However, you risk being seduced by the beauty and comfort of your situation and losing track of your aspirations. Your wings are as I'm sorry, please help me. However, you risk being seduced by the beauty and comfort of your situation and losing track of your aspiration, which is your wings. As you fall, you pick up speed, heading toward the trees below and a possible nasty landing. Remember that all you need to do is stop being a falling angel. Spread your wings to halt your descent and then find an updraft again. So you are essentially crashing and burning right now is what it's saying. And you know you are. That's your strength, though, is that you're finally crashing and burning because you cannot fly high forever. Okay? You cannot avoid this pain forever. And you're fortunate that you're not being allowed to avoid this pain anymore. Spirit has you somehow in a situation where you have to address this pain now. It's do or die. It's do or die. Do not be seduced. Do not be seduced by the fallen angels, your support friends and companions who are ready to use you for their pleasure and have only their own interest in mind. Remember these people that don't care about you? As you soar once more in flight, receive the gift of the falling angel as an invitation to study the forest from above the trees. In other words, to analyze your situation from a higher perspective without being entangled in its thorny branches. Once you understand what needs to be done, head back to your lofty heights and stand by for the right moment. Action you take now may backfire. Stay conscious and wait until you are guided to change. You will know when the time is right. So this community that you've surrounded yourself with is very unhealthy. The people in your life are very, very unhealthy. But that is your strength, is that God is allowing you to have the strength to overcome this wounded part of yourself. You're falling. You're in a place where you are failing at life. Life is not working for you right now. But Spirit is saying it's not because it can't work. It's because you have to get out of this unhealthy environment. And you're going down, down, down towards this crash landing. But all you have to do is open your wings, and Spirit will give you the ability to not fail. And when that happens, you're also going to have perspective, which is going to come by you actually going inside and searching your own soul and finding yourself, because you have blended in with this community that you do not belong to. You are in this world, but not of this world. But you have allowed yourself to get entangled in this world. Spirit doesn't want you in this world. Spirit wants you to be of the world, but not in the world. You have to find the right time. When the time is right, Spirit is going to show you a way out. There is no temptation known to man that Spirit will not give you an exit strategy. You're living in a temptation-filled world. You cannot be strong when you have seduction at every turn and no one to keep you strong. You have no one. The people that are there to help you are using you. They're taking from you. They always expect something for everything you do. You can't do anything that's that mindset of, if I do something for you, you owe me. That's not love. That is not love. That is codependency. It is using. It is negative, and it will take you down to this crash landing. You are about to hit bottom if you haven't already. But Spirit is saying, that is your strength, honey. Because I work perfect in your weakness. And I am going to be your strength. I'm not going to give you strength. I'm going to be your strength. I'm going to be your strength. And where you don't want to look at these places that need my healing, I'm going to get you somewhere where you don't have a choice. Because I love you that much. I love you so much that I am insisting that you not stay the same. And I'm wanting to transform your life. All right, and how we pull this together is wandering between realms. That's that place. I don't even have to read it. I'm already channeling it. It's you being in this place where Spirit insists on you being. And you're going to have to make choices. And you're going to have to live with the consequences of those choices. And I am going to read choices and their consequences. Because this is about the Feast of Plenty. Okay? The Feast of Plenty. Spirit is talking to somebody this morning. I don't know who you are, but Spirit is talking to somebody this morning. All right, Holy Spirit, do your magic. Options, choices, and their consequences, life's blessings. A great feast is laid out before you and requires you to choose. What will satisfy your hunger? Something new and unconventional with its potential for bitter or savory qualities, or something you already know you love? Yes, you are faced with a plethora of options right now, and while that may seem to be an extraordinary thing, too many choices can throw you off balance. You might be worried that once you commit, you won't be able to turn back, or you refuse to conform the consequences of that decision. The most important thing to realize is that the feast is offering you experience. No amount of overanalyzing or strategizing will help you make the right choice now. Don't debate the right or wrongness. Instead, just choose. In the choosing is the seed of experience, and that is what is necessary now. Sour, bitter, sweet, savory. What matters is realizing the experience until you digest all that your choice is offering you right now. Only one warning. Avoid the same choice if it keeps you hungry. If something didn't feel good or does not bring you what seemingly was promised, do not choose that again. The experience will only repeat itself, and you will have more than a bad taste in your mouth. The feast is yours to enjoy. You can always go back for more when you're hungry again, for life's blessings are ever available to you and calling your name. So you're in this place of wandering these realms, and you're being given a choice. Are you going to do something different, or are you going to keep going back and being caught up in that insanity, doing the same thing and expecting a different result? Because guess what's going to happen? You're going to keep getting that same result, because that is what is churning you to the bottom here. That is what is pushing you down into this crash landing. It's choosing the same thing over and over. And I can tell you this from my own experience, that when you are aided out of a situation, when you're given a way out, and you do indeed move out of it, and you're out of it for a while, and then you go back to it, you don't start over and progress. You pick up right where you left off, at the hell where you walked out of it, and then you progress more from there. So essentially, it's like that story in the Bible where the Mary Magdalene was cleansed of 7 demons. Once that house is clean and swept out, once you get yourself cleaned up, they are waiting to come back with 7 more powerful than themselves. And that is what happens if you choose the wrong choice. You'll have the consequences of it. And you have to live with these consequences of your choices. God will rescue you, but oftentimes He will still allow you to have consequences to your choices. And sometimes He will lessen those consequences. But not always. Not always. Because only God knows what it's going to take for us to not keep going back to these people that do not care about us. And God will do whatever it takes to help us to change. Because He loves us too much to let us stay the way we are, in the hurt, wounded places that they find us. Alright, I'm going to stop preaching now. Okay, so let's look at this sacred destiny and go a little deeper here and find out what's not working. What are our weaknesses? What are our weaknesses here, Spirit? Show me our weaknesses again, okay? Because God is saying that it's the people around you. Oh, baby. I have relaxation and healing chaos. Some of us have gotten comfortable in a shitstorm. We have learned how to kick back and relax in a storm. You've gotten comfortable in this place of misery. That's what is your weakness. Your weakness is that you can kick back and read a book while all hell is breaking loose around you and not do anything about it. You're not doing anything about this chaos. Chaos is going on all around you. Your kids are running around the house screaming, tearing shit up, and you're just kicked back looking at your phone. These kids need to be disciplined. It's your job to do it. But you've gotten comfortable not doing it. Or this could be you living in this homeless place, in this trap house, with all of this shit going on around you. This could be a whole lot of scenarios. This could be you in a job that is destroying everything in your life, and you are not doing anything about it. Somebody is just tearing up some shit, and you're just kicked back, oblivious. Like, oh well. Oh well. And I kind of got that feeling last night about the protection. Some of us know that God's going to protect us, that it's going to be there, and we have decided that we're going to stomp all over God's grace. This is taking God's grace for granted. All right. Now, that's what is your weakness. What is your strength? Because God doesn't want us to just look at our weaknesses. So we all have strengths and weaknesses. What are your strengths? Your strength is that you are able to thrive. Thrive. And I don't see you thriving here, but the stars are aligning for it to happen. There is a beautiful zebra here. You may live somewhere where there's zebras, but your strength is thriving. You have the ability, and we read about thriving last night. It's about you being in this difficult stuff and being able to thrive. Maybe you're in a situation that you just cannot get out of. Maybe you're stuck in this chaos and you've learned how to chill in the chaos. Maybe you don't have a choice. Maybe this is your family and you're still, a relatively young person who hasn't succeeded yet at getting out on your own. Maybe you're in a marriage that's chaotic and you just can't leave it yet, because I've been in that situation. You just can't leave if you don't have anywhere to go. If all of your income and all of your resources and everything you have is connected to this person, and they're controlling as hell, and they won't give you a penny unless you bring the receipt to them. Maybe you can't get out. Maybe you have kids that, there's three of you. There's you and two kids, or you and three kids, and you don't even have a vehicle. You don't have any family to help you. You're in a community that don't give a shit about you, and you're learning how, and that could be, it's a weakness, but I can see how you're thriving. Spirit is saying you can thrive here. No matter what your situation is, I know you. Spirit is saying, I know you can do it. You just have to let me be strong in them weaknesses. All right, so how do we pull this together? How do we pull? This is a very interesting reading. Somebody is a very interesting person. Spirit says, I'm taking you on a voyage. You're going on a trip, baby. A voyage. You're going to be wandering between these two realms. Spirit's taking you somewhere. You're moving. You're going somewhere. And it's going to be delightful when you get there. This is a beautiful, beautiful reading. All right, so now I'm going to use Wisdom of the Oracle, right, Spirit? To pull a little tarot on this. And I'm like looking at it still from the vantage point of your healing, our healing. Alright, so we have strength here. And I already have the sense that this is not your strength. This is supernatural strength that God is giving you in this chaos, in this community that you are in an unhealthy environment. You're having to be patient. You're having to have gratitude. And you're having to be careful about your money with people who probably take advantage of you. They always want something. Always want something. They don't look at you from the stance of this is my family, my sister, my brother, my lover. They look at you as an opportunity. And I think it's because you are very special. I see that you're very special. You can chill in a very, very toxic environment. You've learned how to adapt. You're like me, you're adaptable. And you can thrive in it. You've learned how to thrive in something that's very, very unhealthy and toxic. But you're stuck. You're stuck. You can only thrive to a degree. You can only be comfortable. The chaos never ends. And that is not healthy. That is not thriving. True thriving is when you can push the limits and get beyond this. And Spirit says, I'm going to take you on a voyage. So you can have some delight for a change. All right, so why is strength here, Spirit? Why is strength showing up here as what's working? There we go. I'm going to read them in the upright. This is about seeds that were planted, efforts or investments that are going to be rewarding you in the future. And it's about you needing to be patient and having a time for rest and planning for the future. And it's also about unnecessary worry. Okay? All right, why is the Hermit here? So this is about you carefully planning for your future and planting seeds that are investments. Wow. Major, major arcanas. Release. This is a release, which is death. There's Scorpio here. The Seven of Wands and the Hierophant. What you're not soul searching about is transforming this, standing up for yourself in this community that you live in. You're not in a spiritually minded community. You need to ask the divine for help and trust that the answers will come. Compare your traditional methods with new ideas to see what is best for you. And you know a lot about astrology, and you might even draw pictures. Alright, so what's not working is you're not transforming and standing up for yourself in this place where you're living. You could be in college, you could be in prison, because this Hierophant usually represents an official commitment. Something official. You have to start planning carefully for your future. You have to deep dive and allow Spirit to show you where you need to start standing up to this bullshit. Okay? Alright, why is Justice here in reverse, Spirit? How did I know? Wow. This injustice has to do with an Ace of Cups, a Two of Cups, and a Seven of Swords. So somehow there's a relationship in your life that's deceived you. And it doesn't have to be romantic, even though this typically does mean that you've found somebody new and you've exchanged love with them. There's a lot of love here, but there's also a loss of peace of mind. So this relationship is what led you to this community of chaos, is what it looks like to me. Clarify the Seven of Swords, please. It looks like you want to have this relationship, but there was an injustice here that's having to be. Why is the Seven of Swords here with this Ace of Cups and Two of Cups? Because of a Wheel and a Page of Swords. So something did indeed happen here. You've been delayed for some reason. You know what? I'm going to tell you what this looks like to me. This looks like somebody stole your heart. This looks like somebody stole your heart, and you're in a place where you need a miracle. Why is the Hanged Man here? You could have a blonde-haired child. The Hanged Man is there because of an Ace of Swords, the Lovers, and the Queen of Wands. You're in love with this person. You want this person bad. This person is everything to you. Gemini's here. Taurus is here. Cancer's here. Leo's here. Libra's here. Leo's here again. This could definitely be a Leo that has stolen your heart. Definitely. Alright. Why is the Lovers here? Can you tell me why the Lovers is here? This is a decision. It's actually a decision you have to make. And there's some deception here. Or if somebody's stolen your heart, I'm trying to figure out which. But that Seven of Swords is about something happening and either an idea or somebody's spying. And clarify the Wheel, Holy Spirit. Thank you so very much. Oh, wow. Okay. The Wheel is about somebody else in your life. Connected to your money. Connected to your family. This doesn't have to be a lover. There's an air sign here. This is probably the Gemini. The Gemini is where your financial security is. And your family inheritance and retirement. Your peace, your contentment in life. This person is your family. And something happened with this person and your family. Can you show me what happened? It looks like you were in a relationship with somebody and there was something dishonest going on. And this person said, you know what? If you're going to do this kind of shit, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. And the reason why you can't move forward is because you might be mad and having to make a decision. Clarify this Ace of Wands. Why is the Ace of Wands here? That'll help me to understand what's going on here better. Why is the Ace of Wands here? Please help me, Spirit. Show me why the Ace of Wands is here. Okay. This has been a nightmare. This right here has been hell for you. This Leo right here and this Gemini, they've been through hell. Y'all have been through hell. And there's another woman here that's a family member of yours that's cut you off. An air sign. And it's probably a Libra. Because I have Libra here. I have Leo here. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio here. So you could have... What should this person do to heal this relationship? Because right now you're stuck between having your family member here or this other person, this Queen of Swords, it could be another person you're in love with that's going to lead to everything or has already led to everything. However, this Queen of Swords factors into your life is connected to everything for you. This person means everything to you. And this is probably a Gemini, but it could be a Libra. There could be two air signs here. But you have to make a decision, and this has been a nightmare. What decision should they make, Spirit? Clarify the Lovers now. This is usually about a loving... Oh, that came out with Force. You need to make the decision that's going to lead you to stability. You need to make the decision that's going to lead you to the stability. And I'm going to tell you what I think. And you do whatever the hell you want. But this Leo right here has been a nightmare. And this person right here, I don't know who they are, this Queen of Swords. This either Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And it could in fact be both. We could have two air signs here. This person is stable. So if you're doing what's going to heal your life, you're going to be loyal to this person. Because this Leo relationship, that's been a nightmare. And I'm not saying that it's the Leo's fault, but it's been a nightmare for both of you. And you have to make a decision now that's going to affect your stability. You need to manage your resources wisely. You've been giving and receiving money and emotions unhelpfully because it came out sideways. Like, you're not being careful with how you spend your money. You're not planting the seeds that need to be planted to get the investment that you want to get. And you've learned how to be content in this chaos. You don't let it... It's like, I would rather live in the chaos than to stand up for myself. And right here, what you need to be thinking about is standing up for yourself in this relationship. Because you're in a relationship with somebody who is constantly making you have nightmares. This is like stress. Like, you're trying to go to bed so you can work the next day, and you cannot go to sleep because of stress. A lot of stress. Unfounded fear. You have a lot of fear. You know that you can't. You're doing something it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Your own behavior, your own inability to stand up for yourself and to say, I don't want to do this anymore. I cannot continue in this behavior because it's taking me down a spiral. You are about to crash and burn and lose it all. But Spirit wants to take you on a voyage, and I have the Six of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Spirit wants to take you on a voyage, but you have to become willing to stand up for yourself. You have to get your backbone. You don't have a backbone, sweetheart. You're allowing an injustice in your life, and it's affecting other relationships that are healthy. It's affecting your relationship with this other person that's actually healthy. You've got to stand up for yourself and say, you know what? I can love you from a distance. I can love you from a distance. I don't know what else to say. Somebody has to make a decision here. There's a decision that you have to make. And you need to make the one that's going to lead you to the most stability. Because if not, you're going to lose everything. Alright, can you show me what healing needs to occur here, Spirit? Somehow, this keeps coming out. This is about celibacy. So, there's a sense that you need healing in your sexual life for some reason. You could be older and going through menopause, or you could just be celibate. And that's something that Spirit is working with you in. And Spirit wants you to start paying attention to the signs. So somehow you're being given signs, whatever that means to you. To me, it's saying that I'm showing you the decision to make. I'm sending signs to you to show you what decision to make. Okay, you might be seeing the number 10 a lot and the number 33 a lot. But right now, you're going through a dark, dark space, and you have a very small lamp to guide you through this darkness. And it could be that this relationship down here, because there's a lot of passion here. There's a lot of passion that has to, but it's anger. And sometimes anger can come out sexually through frustration. So you might be sexually frustrated because you're not having sex. All right, any other healing that needs to occur? If somebody is that age in life where they should be having healthy sex and they're not for whatever reason, it can be very frustrating, right? Right. Okay. You also are going to have help from above. So you have ancestors, which we've already seen over here, that want to help you to get out of this mess you're in. Somebody that loves you, that's passed away, wants to help you. And I think by this next full moon, you're going to see some kind of progress towards healing this, towards moving. Maybe God can heal both of these relationships if you make the right decisions to be stable. If you decide, I'm going to be stable, I'm not going to overdo for other people and neglect myself. I'm going to finally stand up for myself and allow God to transform my situation. All right, anything else, Spirit? These are coming out with force. There's some pride that's a factor here. Somebody here has too much pride, and you're slinging knives at other people. You're very beautiful. You're very beautiful, but your pride makes you ugly. And I'm sorry to have to say that. Somebody here thinks too highly of themselves. I don't know who it is. It's maybe not you. It could be the person you're dealing with. But they might think they're God's gift. All right, anything else? Or somebody here also is too prideful to ask for help when they're struggling. All right, somehow your dreams are important. And I think this is about you dreaming at night, because last night I had the most dreams, and I actually dreamed, right as I fell asleep, I dreamed that a blue Ford pickup truck, and it looked like it was probably a 70s model or late 60s model blue Ford pickup truck, pulled out in front of me, and I could not stop, and I hit it. I T-boned it. And then after I went to sleep, I kept having dreams. I can't remember them now because I didn't get up and write them down. So maybe that's a lesson to us today, just to get up, have a journal beside your bed, and write your dreams down, because Spirit is saying your dreams are significant, okay? All right, one more time for healing. Anything else we need to heal? They are coming out with force. You need to heal this hole in your soul. There's a hole in your soul that needs to be healed. And how teachable are you? So I want to pull a card on how to heal this hole in your soul. Spirit's telling me to use this deck. How does this person need to heal this hole in their soul, Spirit? Can you show me? Knight of Cups. So there's somebody in your life that you're in love with. And Spirit's saying it's time for you to move towards that. Move towards this person that you love, that you know is a connection to you. And it might mean that you have to end something. There's a Hierophant here in reverse. Can you show me details about moving towards this person, Spirit? How does this person feel about them? Wow, that's a lot of cards. The Ten of Swords in reverse, the Four of Swords, the Death card. There's an internal conflict going on in reverse and awakening. So the way this person feels is they feel like in the past there's been a lot of pain. There's been pain in the relationship, and they're healing from it. They haven't quite completely healed, but they are in fact healing from whatever happened in the past. Or they're healing from something. They could be sick. And God is transforming them by dealing with their inner thoughts, the inner conflict. Spirit is helping them to stop fighting this connection and awaken so they can surrender. And you're wanting to move. Spirit is saying that they're awakening to the connection, or you are. I asked about them though, and they might be a Queen of Pentacles. Can you show me who this is? Oh, somebody cannot be trusted. Show me who cannot be trusted. Who cannot be trusted? The sun came out. That's Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. Why can they not be trusted? There's a lot of unhappiness. Why can somebody's not happy about this and cannot be trusted? Can you show me who? It's a fire sign, it looks like. Can you show me who cannot be trusted? And why they cannot be trusted? Show me, please, who cannot be trusted? I kind of think it's this Leo down here. Because there's something that's causing a nightmare. But it could be the Gemini. Wow. It's this Hanged Man, the Knight of Swords in reverse, and the Five of Swords. So the reason why somebody is stuck is because they cannot be trusted. They're very, very unhappy. And they're not telling you the truth, and they're playing mind games. They're not telling you the truth, and they're playing mind games. Oh my God, this is getting in depth. Now ghosting is on the bottom of the deck. So what should this Knight of Cups do, Spirit? The Two of Cups in reverse. Dark Night of the Soul in reverse. Three of Cups in reverse, and the Moon. Spirit says you know that they cheated, and you know that they have other people. It's complicated. You need to think about this. You need to understand that there's stuff that's being hidden from you that you're not aware of, and it has to do with another relationship. Cancer's here, Pisces, Scorpio. I knew I saw a water sign. That might be you. This person, this Knight of Cups that's moving towards you is probably the person that cannot be trusted. Because you know that they have another relationship. Who do they have another relationship with, Spirit? This Knight of Cups could be a woman. Knights can be women or men. Who do they have another relationship with? Thank you. They're just not planning on moving towards you. So who are they moving towards? Somebody that's been forbidden. These seeds that were being planted. Wow. It looks like it's a friend that works with them. It looks like somebody they work with. Or they might just work. Somebody that they overlooked in the past that's a friend of theirs. That's who they're moving towards. They're not moving towards you at all. And you are about to feel this rejection. What should this person do? There's going to be a date. Why is the Six of Wands in reverse? That's about success. Ooh. Damn it, Roy. Somebody is just not, somebody is at a stalemate between you and this other person. And they are the divine feminine. They're a divine feminine. And it looks like they're going to have a date with them. It's somebody who's in the public eye, who's working towards their success. And it's somebody very, very, it's a strong connection. But right now, they can't make a decision for some reason. Why can't they make a decision, Spirit? Because of that. Because they don't know if it'll work, and they don't want to leave you out in the cold. So essentially, they're in love with both of you, and they're having a hard time making this choice. Well, what should we do if they don't make a choice? What should we do? Because I think that the best thing for you to do is to stop waiting for this fool. You need to know that you're a karmic partner and that there's a money focus. One of you is a karmic, and I've already kind of alluded to who that might be. And that there's too much of a money focus, and that is what is causing these nightmares. I mean, I don't know how to say it to you any plainer than that. I suggest that neither of you, I don't know who's watching, but I suggest that neither of you pursue this at this moment, because this person needs, in fact, to grow up. Alright, shadow work, Spirit. What shadow work do we need to do? I did not intend for this to turn into this, but only God has control over what happens here. I don't want somebody that's not going to make a choice towards me, okay? Alright, somebody is unavailable. Somebody is being very judgmental. Somebody's being guarded. Somebody's being cold. And somebody has a lot of doubt. Spirit is saying that they're unavailable, judgmental, cold, guarded, and they have a lot of doubt. And they're also robotic. They're going through the motions. I don't want somebody like that. Alright, what would you say out of this deck, Holy Spirit, since we're talking about a relationship here? I suggest healing from this and moving on, because I've already told you I'm not going to take those. I'm going to take one. Family shit getting on your nerves, everyone could use a little fucking break. Alright, what else? That came out with force. Keep that shit to yourself. I love being criticized, said no one ever. But somebody's being critical here. And I told you that somebody had too much pride and they were throwing knives. Alright, what else? Just say those 5 little words, and one of you is doing too many fucking chores. Alright, so you're going to have to go on a date and have something to eat, it looks like. So it looks like to me that you need to take time to get something to eat with somebody, because you're working too much. You're doing too many chores. You need to go out to eat with a friend, maybe. This feels like a friend. And what else, Spirit? Anything else for this reading? There's a lot of people involved here. There we go. Take them as they resonate. You are not being heard. Say that shit again louder. So somebody's hard-headed also. Maybe you try to tell this person no, and they just won't listen. You know what you have to do in that situation? Stop taking their phone calls. If someone won't listen, stop talking to them. Alright, what else? And I indeed see that this Queen of Swords has done that. Spirit says you're on the same team, play like it. And I think that there's a sense here. This twin flame is not really showing up in the reading. They're here, but for some reason they are a friend and they're kind of standoffish. The Leo is showing up very strongly, and so is the air sign, which is probably a Libra or Gemini. There's a Libra and a Gemini here. Whoever this is, they probably they have too many people in their ear, I think. There's too much talk, too much gossip, too much jealousy, and it's not necessary. It doesn't look like this twin flame is pursuing this relationship. It doesn't look like it to me looks like that this person and your person, if you are this fire sign, it doesn't look like either of them want to make this decision because of you. They don't want to hurt you. It looks like both of them are not wanting to hurt you. So maybe you're the one that needs to make the decision. Alright, what else? Love can hurt like hell. Breathe through that shit. And have sex. Do you really need a card for this? We have sexual arts here. Maybe this is just a healthy sexuality with somebody you love. Maybe you have somebody else. I'm going to look at that, in fact. Can you talk to me about this Leo? Do they have anybody else, Spirit? Show me what's going on with this Leo. I'll be damned. They do. They have somebody that's their 10 of Cups. So why are you holding on to this person? Why are you holding on to somebody else that you don't even want to be with? There's the devil. There's the devil. That needs to end. There's an obsession of some kind. I don't know if you're obsessed with having sex with this person or if they have an addiction and you just have this love for them. But for some reason, you will not walk away from this relationship even though it's very unhealthy and it's damaging your very soul. You're not standing up for yourself. Alright, can you show me more about this Ten of Cups and who this might be, Spirit? Wow, that came out with force. This person that ripped you apart and that you just haven't healed from yet. It's just the fact you just have unconditional love for them. Even though they ripped you apart and you're not healing from it. And they cannot be trusted. But Spirit is indicating that this needs to end. It's needing to end. You need to walk away from this person. You're only sticking around for the unhealthy shit. Somebody's only sticking around for unhealthy stuff. Alright, last time here. Spend time with them and it's not personal. So this would indicate to me that whoever this person is needs to spend time with them and not worry about you. But take it as it resonates. And then fill in the blank. Fill in the blank. Somebody's up to something. Okay. Alright, what would you say out of this deck about this relationship? This is a very complicated relationship. You've mastered this lesson. You've learned the lesson. It's time to move on. But you won't move on because you're in denial. Alright, what else? What else, Spirit? Anything else you want to say? Talk to me about the twin flame here that's standoffish. They have abundance. They've done the work and they're having abundance. Alright, somebody has an addiction. Alright, what else, Spirit? Somebody's unavailable and it's a new love. There's a new love that's off limits and it's because of finances. Somebody is not moving forward in this new relationship because they don't feel like they have enough money. And something might be strictly sexual. Alright, anything else, Spirit? Spirit says warning and time apart. Don't dismiss the red flags. And while you're having this time apart, you need to trust. What about this warning, Spirit? Spirit is saying, I'm telling you, I'm warning you, it's time for some time apart. Spirit says this warning is about children, patience, and forgiveness. So if you keep messing with this person, your children are going to lose their patience. And they are in the process of doing that now, even though they desperately are trying to forgive. Because I think that this relationship with you and this air sign, or whoever this is, has been unhealthy as hell. And it's affected everybody in your life. Everybody. Anything else you want to say about this, Spirit? Anything else at all? Somebody needs to have an apology and they need to retreat. They need to release this person because they have learned the spiritual lesson. Okay? It's time for you to move on because of this addiction. You're feeding someone's addiction or you're feeding your own. And I understand. I understand. If you only knew, I understand. Any messages out of this deck right here? And it's so hard to say no to somebody if you love them unconditionally and you want them to be happy with you. Alright, somebody's going to get recognition for growing up. And there's designer here and windfall. Recognition, growing up, designer, and windfall. Somebody recognizes that growing up is what's going to design their windfall. Or you need to realize that and manage your money better. Anything else? If you let this person grow up, it's going to bring a windfall. But you have a loss of motivation to do anything about it. And it's causing these chaotic tornadoes in your life. You gotta let this person grow up. You've got to come out of denial and let this person grow up. You have to. And I can't say anything else. You have to make the decision that that's how you're going to do this. All right, Spirit, how are the angels helping this person, anyone who's in this situation? They're going to give you wisdom and this passion, this fire, this anger. You're going to get pissed off, and you're going to finally wise up. All right, anything else? Vibration is here. There's vibration involved. You're connected to this person. Or to you're connected to source is what you're connected to. You need to feel good vibration. You need to awaken and have faith. So you're going through an awakening and you're feeling the surges of energy like I feel them, or somebody is. Anything else the angels are helping with in this situation? Damn, that's a lot of angels. Somebody's got a lot of angels. You have love and prayer. Pray for this person that you love. There's going to be a relationship with purity, knowledge, forgiveness, and music. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. With harmony on the bottom of the deck. All right. I think I'm going to stop the reading there. I don't really feel the need to go any further with this. Right now, the only thing that needs to happen is somebody has got to stop giving to people with addictions. Okay? All right. Do we want to pull any more cards, Spirit? What would this person say to you? What would this person say to you if they could say anything they wanted out of this deck? What would they say to you? I'm going to take them both. I want this so badly, but I'm afraid of getting hurt, so I self-sabotage. And thinking about you makes me emotional, and I want to open up to you about how I'm feeling. Alright, I don't know who they're talking to. I guess you, whoever you are. Alright, what would this twin say? Big happy changes are coming when you least expect it. I'm not sure if this is a good idea. I'm overthinking everything. What will everyone else think? So they have some surprises for you, but they're worried about what other people might think. People pleasing. Alright, what would the other person that we haven't acknowledged yet say? Whoever they might be, Spirit. There's at least 3 people here. There's 4, I think. I'm telling you the truth. You can trust my words. Listen. Remember, somebody won't listen? So this is probably them, the person with the addiction. Like, they are saying to you, I am telling you the truth, and you know damn well they're lying. And I hid something from you, and I'm afraid to tell you about it. Ooh, meow. Alright, I think that's enough. Initial, Spirit. P is in Paula, L is in Linda, O is in Olivia, V is in Vicky or Valerie, A is in Amanda, J is in John, T is in Tony. C is in Christie, F is in Frank, I is in Isaiah, A is in Amanda, P is in Paula, N is in Nelson, and M is in Mary. G is in girl, D is in dog, L is in Linda, Q, B is in boy, L is in Linda, T is in Tony. I'm going to go one more time and then I'm going to pull some cards. I is in Isaiah, B is in boy, J is in Joan, H is in Hannah, N is in Nancy, M is in Mary, R is in Ray. Alright, can I please get If you enjoyed this reading, can you please give it a thumbs up so that I know you're watching and that you're interacting with me. There's a skeleton here for some reason. There's a crown coin that I found, and when I found that, Spirit asked me, whose crown are you wearing? I have an elephant here. I have an owl. two hearts connected. And I have given you one conception, and you have yourselves created another, I think, or something like that. I have a heart with a cross in it. I have a cat. I have a turtle. I have a huge infinity sign that says love. And you're definitely going around and around in circles here. I have a 4-leaf clover. An angel. Somebody has to step outside of this codependency. Somebody has to stop doing their part of the dance. And if you're only holding on to this person because you cannot say no, that is not a good reason to hold on. I have a gasket, maybe you're a mechanic, a tree of life or a family tree, a palm tree, 2 butterflies, another angel, clown or jester. It takes a big heart to teach little minds. I have Jesus. I have a key to Mickey Mouse, or key to the kingdom. I have a horn. Maybe you horns up. I have a mermaid, a crescent moon with a heart. The love between a mother and daughter is forever. And we see that your family is being affected by this. And every journey starts with a single step. It's time for you to take a step away from this dysfunction. Trinkets from here, Holy Spirit. You can do it. You can do it. This person is not going to die if you stop helping them. They're not. They might actually become healthy. The love between a grandmother and granddaughter is forever. God, it's going to be hard, though. An arrow. And every fair from fair sometimes declines. A metal headgear, a huge piece of crystal, a music note with a skull. Love, live, laugh, and love. Something smells good. A feather, you might be finding feathers. There's an ace of cups here, which could indicate a baby. And I have a rocking horse. A piece of quartz rose crystal. A wish, maybe you need to make a wish. Oh, I saw the most beautiful shooting star 2 nights ago. The most beautiful shooting star I have ever seen. Maybe you saw it too. And then I have this fancy heart. I've never seen a star that big burn out. That was a comet. I have a piece of this lapis, I think. I have an octopus, because this person might have their hands in too many pockets. I have a tower. I have an arrow. I have a bullet. I have a compass. And if this isn't a Leo, it could be a Sagittarius or an Aries. But I don't see those signs here. I see Leo. Take it as it resonates. If it is another fire sign, it would surprise me. And this is like German or Spanish. A heart written in Spanish or German. I have cherries for this celibacy, this sexual arts. I have a sailboat. I have a ball. And I have 2 infinity signs. Not 3, 2. Okay? One too many people in this connection, and maybe 2 too many people. But I have a feeling that this air sign is somebody else, like your daughter or their mother or somebody else in the connection that got fed up with this dysfunction and walked away. And that was who their money was connected to. Like they got cut off from mama or daddy or aunt or uncle or grandparent or whoever takes care of their money. And they're showing up in the reading again. Like maybe they're coming back. I don't know. There was a wheel which would indicate that something happened to change something. Only you know what's going on here. And only you can change it. But you have to decide that that's what you want to do. And until you do, you're going to keep spiraling down further and further. Because God is trying to get you to hit bottom. So you can finally see. But He's giving you an opportunity to stop before you crash and burn. And that was very plain here. All right, what would you say? Name all the things you love. And what am I looking for outside myself that is already within me? And that is exactly what we do when we feed into other people's bullshit. Is we are looking for something to validate us, to make us feel good about ourselves. Just say, look at me, look at what I've done for this person. But look at what you've done to yourself. And it says, name all the things you love. Are you one of them? Today's mantra, I give myself all the love and attention I need. And what am I looking for outside myself that is already within me? Are you looking for more guidance, confidence, peace, wisdom, love, or something else? When we search outside ourselves, we can become overwhelmed, frustrated, and never feel quite good enough. It's time to go inward. The hermit, it's time to go inward to find everything you seek. All the answers you need lie within. Today's soul action. Breathe in your favorite essential oil. Inhale deeply into your belly. Drop your shoulders and spend some time hanging out with your soul today. Ask yourself ask for what you need and be ready for the answers, because they will come. And it's also a good idea to maybe do something nice for yourself. Give yourself some gentleness and some love, because don't beat yourself up because you're doing this, but you have to address it. You can't just keep doing it, because when you do, you're not being a good steward. You're not managing what God has given you for His glory. And I promise you that this person is not going to die just because you step away and stop feeding their addiction. Whether it be sex, whether it be drugs, whether it be attention, whatever they have need of in excess. Because it's keeping you up at night. And then on the bottom of the deck is, am I focused on what I am losing or what I am gaining? And I don't need to read that, because we know what you're focusing on. You're focusing on what you're going to lose when you let go of this person. But what will you gain? What will you gain? All right. I hope you have a blessed day. Bye.